Would you consider yourself as a student of history? If I ask you, and if you don't consider yourself as a student of history, or maybe a lover of history, do you also know that whether you like history or not, or I like history or not, we right now, we are part of the people that are making history? Well, should I say we're history in the making, so to speak? Okay, now, what am I talking about? Meaning what we do today is going to be the history tomorrow. It's going to be the story that will be told tomorrow. The interesting part of this conversation for me is our financial history. The question I put to you watching me right now, anywhere you are in the world, whether in Canada, in Dubai, in US, in UK, Europe, Asia, my question to you is, what are the steps you are taking intentionally to create the right financial history? So maybe not for your descendants, maybe not for your great grandkids or your grandkids, but for yourself. So let's add 10 years, 1 decade to your age right now. So I am 40. Yes, I recently clocked 40. So yes, in 10 years time, I will be in my 50. I'll be 50. In 2 decades time, I will be 60. So add 5, a decade, 2 decades to your life right now. And I want you to think about it very, very well. Where will you be financially? Now, for us to be able to analyze where we are going to be financially in the couple of years to come, we must be aware of currently where we are right now, right? It's only a smart thing to do, Abi, to know where you are before you know where you're going to. So, having known where you are, if you don't, recheck. Taking the right steps to help you get to the level you want to be in those couple of years to come is what is important and what I want to discuss with you today. So please watch this video to the very end. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Goodness Usman. Of course, I am the Queen of Landlord Maker, and I always love to help as many as possible to become proud landlords, proud landladies, and even proud landowners. And hey, today I'm bringing your attention to this opportunity that you shouldn't miss out on. Now, back to creating our financial history. I know that in another decade's time, or maybe in 2 decades, you will be in your retirement age. So I love to ask this question: what is your retirement plan? I know you've heard this countless times that real estate is one of the best form of creating a perfect retirement plan, among other things, right? When we now talk about real estate, of course, there are different parts of real estate. You can do commercial real estate, you can do the residential real estate. And when I say commercial real estate, I'm not talking about commercial real estate within this estates that we sell. Now, I want to bring your attention to these low-hanging fruits, like I like to call them, which is the actual essence of real estate investment. If you ask me, the very best form of investing in real estate, especially on a long term, is you looking for places where developments are going into, places that are still pretty much affordable. Buy them before the development gets there. Buy them when they are still pretty much available, when they look like nothing is happening there. And then you wait for the development to catch up with you. Now, I love to say it's also a good way to put your money to work. Now, remember, we're talking about financial history here. You creating a financial history. I like to use that word. And this is a personalized one. And why am I talking about that? Because what you're doing today is going to be the history of tomorrow. So whether you're the one telling the story tomorrow, or it's your kids or your great grandkids, trust me, it was the steps and the actions you took today that has helped you made history. Quickly, let's dive into this opportunity that I want you to take advantage of and invest in right away. It is no other than Cityview, Gwagwalada, that is still fast selling. And hey, it gives you the opportunity to own work land at a very, very affordable rate. Yes, it is a titled land, it is a fee of land, it's located in Gwagwalada. Now, if you Googled Gwagwalada, you will see the amount of information and have very good insight as to where Gwagwalada is. Because if I start to talk about Gwagwalada, I probably will make the video too very long. One interesting thing about this investment is the fact that it has a very favorable COO, a certificate of occupancy that you can verify for the amount it is currently selling. There are different options for you to get into this investment, which is starting with a minimum of 300 square meters. Honestly, if you have the resources to buy beyond 300 square meters, I am not advising you to buy 300 square meters. Again, like I always like to call places like this low-hanging fruits. Now, because it is a fast developing environment. Remember I said earlier that it is so interesting how real estate is basically on the foundation of buying properties at this kind of level, meaning when the place is still not at its peak value. So you as an investor need to identify an investment like Cityview, Gwagwalada, plug into it and watch your money grow for you, watch your money work for you while you go about your day, while you go about your life. And guess what? In a couple of years to come, I mean, when I turn 50, do you know how much that property will be worth? Well, maybe we can say that I don't have to wait till when I'm 50. How about when I'm 45? That property definitely will not be worth 6.5 million naira per plot. Especially when you now bought into the acre deal or you bought into the hectare deal. There's a lot of advantage when it comes to buying bulk land, buying in hectares, in acres, because you will be able to do much more with it in the future. There's something called JV, which is known as joint venture in real estate. The person with the power when it comes to JV, when I mean power, I mean negotiating power, is the person with the land. The person who owns the land is the one with the best negotiating power. So yes, it enables you to go into various JVs, and then you're just going to be taking your profit and enjoying your life. Let's look at places like Victoria Island. No, let's not even talk about Lagos in this video. Let's stick to Abuja. All those Asokoro, Maitama, Gariki, Wuse, the JVs that are being carried out there, you will be shocked how many years ago those investors or the owners of those land bought those land, and at how much. In fact, the amount they buy some of this land sounds very, very crazy, like crazily unbelievable is what I mean. Exactly what's going to happen to Cityview Gwagwalada in the next couple of years. It will sound so crazy when you tell the story of how you bought a plot for 6.5 million naira, a sea of land. They would not want to believe it. And then at that point, like I mentioned, you have the upper hand in negotiating. You say, oh, go ahead, build this mini estate, build this numbers of duplexes, build this number of block of flat, build this IRR saying, I want so XYZ unit, I want da. In fact, do you know that for you who own the land in a JV, mostly, you get to choose where you want? Oh, I want the corner units. I want the one this side. I want the one that side. You know, it just gives you so much power when you buy into bulk land. So I am here to open your eyes to why you should not be buying one plot 300 square meters. That's not what I'm talking about today. I'm talking to you. We would look at, or we would share this insight. We would deeply think about it and and nurse this opportunity and start owning your own buckland. If you can't do hectares, which is 15 plots together, it's okay. You can do an acre, which is 6 plots together. If you can't do an acre, 3 plots together. Now, one of the things I love about the package that comes with this estate is the fact that the company has made it easier for you. So yes, let's say you want to buy the acre deal. First of all, remember that the documentation fee has a special discount for you that you're buying acre or hectare. That's number one. Number two, they have thought about you. The flexible payment plan for 24 months is easy. Now, what do I mean it is easy compared to other offers that we see in the market? This particular one is way easier. So 500,000 naira is what you spread for one plot within 6 months. Now, if you want to go to 1 year, it's 1 million naira. 2 years payment plan is available and it's just 2 million naira compared to others. So the flexibility in payment makes it easier. And you know, for us in Nigeria, we see 24/7. If you buy through us, we can try to negotiate your 6 months zero interest if you're buying in the hectare or acre deal. Now that means that if we give you the 6 months interest free offer, you want to extend your interest to 12 months. You're not going to pay that extra amount of 12 months. You're going to pay the amount you're supposed to pay for 6 months for 12 months. And then if you want to go 24 months, you're going to pay amount you're supposed to pay for 12 months for 24 months, or for 18 months for 24 months. So yes, another reason why you should be buying into this particular estate today. From when the pre-launch price stopped selling till now, work has never stopped going on in that estate. And that's one beautiful thing I love about this investment opportunity. The gatehouse is on construction. The perimeter fencing is ongoing. It's a very massive land. And trust me, more investors are trooping in every day for inspection. Of course, the very first batch of allocation is in the works. In fact, if you're watching me right now and you bought during the pre-launch price, you finish paying for your land, you finish paying for your documentation fee, which is the survey, deed, and developmental fee, then you should have sent in your name for allocation, because the allocation is going to happen in this month of April, hopefully, and we are going to be there live representing some of our clients, and back to back we're going to be representing. So it doesn't even matter where you're buying from across the world. Okay, we are your eyes and ears when it comes to your investment. So now that you know all of this, let me also add the initial deposit for, of course, the plot sizes is just 1 million naira. And then you can spread your payment across 24 months, like I said earlier. 300 square meter, of course, is 750,000 naira if you're buying 300 square meter. Now, for the acre deal, it's 5 million naira. For the hectare deal, it's 10 million naira. Now, there are commercial plots, strictly commercial plots. Those details are available scrolling on the screen. And of course, if you call me, I can send you all of the information, the frequently asked questions. You can read through and understand. I'll give you the copy of the COO. You can go verify it, and I will tell you specifically where you need to go to carry out your verification. Now, the final question I got for you, and I promise it's the final question, is that what is that thing that is stopping you right away from making the right decision as to making history happen today, with you acquiring asset, affordable asset within the federal capital city of Abuja? May I remind you, please, that one of the very interesting things about buying properties in fast-growing places like this, not just in Abuja, even in Lagos or any other part of Nigeria, is that one change in government in terms of bringing infrastructure to that environment, just like what we're seeing with the Lagos Calabar Highway project, we just change the trajectory of your investment, meaning the value will go up way more faster than expected. And of course, we know that the environment will also develop on its own, meaning people coming in, migration, and all of that. So why don't you stop watching this video right away and start dialing my number? Yes, I'm still in Singapore, but I am working from Singapore. So I got you, and trust me, you will not regret investing in Cityview Park and Resort, Gwagwalada. So while I'm waiting for your call, please ensure that wherever you're watching me from, that you remain safe and awesome just the way you are. And I say to you, yes, you, what?